You're tuned in to Tailgate Talk, where the grill is hot, the drinks are cold, and the sports stories never stop. Hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, and produced by Hollywood. Grab a plate, pull up a chair, and let's get this tailgate started.
Jeez.
Welcome to Tailgate Talk, where the drinks are hot and the food is cold. I'm DB Cooper. Alongside me is Itty Bitty Ute, and we got Hollywood on the ones and twos behind the grill. How we doing, gentlemen?
Can't be better. One of the better weeks ever. Short week and a victory week. Can't be better.
Cannot be better. I love the short week. Hollywood, did you have something, Dad?
Yeah, I'm just still riding high from the game on Saturday, and the Cowboys are going to play tomorrow, so I'm sure that's going to ruin my week, but still looking forward to Saturday versus Cal Poly.
Oklahoma State? Wyoming.
The
That's
Laramie
right.
boys.
I can't wait to go to Laramie, guys. I can't wait.
That's the best.
Hollywood, you come with us?
It depends on what the time is. I don't know if they schedule in bye weeks for Little League. I don't think so.
Bye week for Little League.
Not that I could
So,
remember.
yeah, I probably won't be able to make it, unfortunately. But I do have some great memories of going up to Laramie with my older brother. And we got snowed in one year up in Laramie.
Smith Snowden?
Back. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're not dealing with snow in September, but good story, Hollywood. I'm just realizing that I did the rundown with Hollywood of what we're going to talk about, but Drew, for like our game preview, I want to go over like 3 exciting things that you're excited about for the game, our upcoming game against Cal Poly, and then one thing that you need to have happen to be happy with the game. Can you come up with something?
Yeah.
And then we'll go over after that the tailgate. We're going to break down like where we're tailgating and how that's kind of up in the air until the day of when we're planning on tailgating, what we do at the tailgate, all the logistics of the tailgate, and then make sure we invite everyone to tailgate. Got it?
I just heard tailgate.
All right. Yeah, am I not loud enough?
No, you're good.
Are you sure?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll go over our bets. We don't have a line on the Utah game right now. We'll just say 45.5, but make sure we tell people we don't know. Then we got the BYU game at 18.5, Utah State at 31.5. We're talking Iowa State, which I can't remember. I think it's 3.5. And then Michigan, Oklahoma, which is 5.5. And then any other games that you feel like you're betting on right at this moment, feel free to add. And then we'll do Jag of the Week. Sorry, did you have something, Hollywood?
Iowa State's 3.5.
Yeah. And then we'll talk Jag of the Week, whatever you have for that. I got some submissions for Jag of the Week as well. We're going to try to encourage people to submit their Jag of the Weeks going forward, kind of make it a little interactive, and then make sure that all of our preview episodes, our Tuesday or Wednesday recordings or whatever, we do a Jag of the Week.
And then we're going to create a Jag and Jag of the Week logo, and I'm going to have my brother do some hoodies and some hats, and we'll do some giveaways with the fan
I love
submissions.
It might need to be the Jag of the Week jacket.
That's dope.
A players only jacket.
Speaking of gear, where the hell are our shirts?
I know. I've been out of town for the last 2 weeks. I got to text my brother. I'm sure they're ready. I just need to pick them up from his house.
Well, I would hope so. You said they'd be ready we'd be able to wear them into the Rose Bowl.
He lives in East Wendover, so
Drew was on the highlight film that you put out.
Could you imagine the high five?
Could you imagine if our shirt would have been on there?
Rumor is I might be kicking a field goal this year, and I might have to rip the shirt on the field.
Well, rumor is you tried to kick a field goal last year, and you didn't.
Hey, wait a damn second. Okay, it was raining. It was snowing. It was raining. It was cold, and it was raining. Okay,
it was brutal, dude. I didn't realize that he was going out. Like, I knew he was going out there, but I didn't know when. And then I was like in my phone that all of a sudden I heard, field goal of the game, whatever. And I look up and it's itty bitty out there. And I stand up in my section, brand new in my south end zone section. I go, I know him. That's my boy. I was getting everyone. He's doing his whole like pregame thing and pumping everyone up. And doing the prayers. He had this whole routine set out of just like dragging on the build up, and the whole time I'm like, I know that guy. Everyone that's laughing at him, I'm like, I know him. Then he lines up and he gives it his best effort, and it goes 50 yards to the west. And I quietly sat down and did not want anyone else to know I knew him.
I laughed about as hard as Josh Nurse laughed when you called me old. That's about how hard I laughed.
Look, I'm going to come back. It's going to be a comeback story. Yeah, I could say it rained, it snowed, it was cold, didn't have the right shoes on, which is all true.
You knew all that going in, though.
I didn't know how bad it was going to be.
It was that bad at the tailgate. You were practicing at the tailgate, and it was that bad.
Yeah, I think that's what screwed me up. Is because I went and kicked at the tailgate. I did a Charlie Brown, dude. Slipped right on my back, and I was like, the second that happened, I knew I was toast. I was going to make that field goal. Was not going to make that
maybe
field
a
goal.
little less build up, like as far as like practicing at the high school, practicing at the tailgate. Maybe that would help the psyche. This next go around.
Yeah, no. I got cleats I'm wearing to the next go around.
Good.
So it's going to be a comeback story. I'm going to drill it. I already got my celebration lined up. It's gonna be good.
Metal cleats?
No. My trainers for softball. Me and DB, they're cross trainers. They have grip. They got grip.
Okay.
Hey, I will say, I drilled about a 42-yarder when I was practicing. I was money early on, and the more I kept practicing, the worse I got. Ask B-Love. He was my holder when we would practice.
So one and done it this year.
I know. I'm gonna get a couple kicks in early. Make sure I feel good. I know what went wrong. I watched the film. I got to come back and revenge myself.
Revenge yourself. I like that. If anyone also is wondering, you mentioned B-Love, that name. If anyone is wondering if my airplane story is true, you can ask B-Love. He is my witness. He was on the same airplane.
Such a great story.
I think a good story, and I know we're going a little off topic, would be the golf tournament that the three of us played in. Me and DB were teammates, and Hollywood was with another guy. And their handicaps are way higher than ours, but we made him sweat. I know you can feel it, Hollywood.
I feel like that might be a good springtime, off season when
that's
we're
true.
Struggling to find stories, but everyone's getting excited about golf.
Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep the vault.
That one in the vault.
One in the chamber.
Yeah, let's keep that in the chamber. I like that one though. Let's make sure to bring that up. Welcome back to the Tailgate podcast with me, DB Cooper. Alongside me, Itty Bitty Ute, and behind the grill on the ones and twos, Hollywood. Oh, what we always say, where the drinks are hot and the food is cold. That was how we doing this week.
Man, I feel great. It's a short week of work, a really short week because we've been spending all week on Twitter,
right?
After a victory, but the nice part is woke up today. It's like it's Wednesday. We're close to that tailgate. The first tailgate of the year.
First tailgate of the year always hits different. Hollywood, how you doing?
Good, man. Still riding high off that win, but running into a buzzsaw tomorrow with the Cowboys playing the Eagles. I'm sure
we'll
it's
try not to talk too much about it. I just want to hop right into the Utah game this week. So, Utah has Cal Poly. We're probably going to be 170-point favorites. I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and break down what Cal Poly's quarterback fundamentals look like or how their running back looks or if their D tackles can hold up against our line. That's stupid. I want to go around and talk about 3 things we're excited for in the Utah versus Cal Poly game, and then one thing that must happen for us to be happy with the results. No matter what the results are, one thing that must happen, obviously, Utah has to win. But outside of that, what's one must for us to all be happy, keep ourselves accountable, because I don't want, us to come back next week and be unhappy even though it was a great game. Anyways, I'll start us off if that's all right while you guys get thinking. 3 things I'm excited for. Cal Poly versus Utah. Or did you want to go a different order, Itty Bitty? You give me a look.
All right, fine, I'll go. 3 things I'm excited for.
I'm the most excited for is honestly seeing who leads us out of the tunnel. I don't remember who it was down at UCLA, but I want to see who the hype guy is. I also, along with that, I'm excited to see what the music is like on the walkout tunnel. But I'm excited for the tunnel walk. The second thing I'm most excited for is seeing our quarterbacks, and I say plural. Obviously, I'm excited. Dude, I've gotten the chills this week, guys, thinking about how many times this year at home we're going to see Devin Dampier make a play, and the whole stadium, all 55,000 people go, oh, it's probably only going to be a 2-yard gain most of the time, but every time he jukes somebody out the way he did last week, everyone's going to be oohing and awing, and it's going to be so electric.
He had that one to the left, and it was just he planted, stopped, and the DN went right by him, and our whole section screamed, "Oh!"
Yeah, now imagine 55,000 people. It's gonna be so much fun all year on the home games with that. But I'm also excited. I hope we see a large portion of both our backup quarterbacks, Bird Ficklin and Isaac Wilson. Bird specifically, I'm a little bit more excited about. Hope Isaac's knee's doing all right. Last thing I'm excited about is to wave my flag in the south end zone. If you see the flag in the south end zone, you know that's me. Yeah, I can't speak for this year, but generally I'm the only one in the south end zone with a flag. But I'll at least have the biggest flag in the south end zone. So if you see me there, wave while I'm waving the flag, and I'll have Mrs. DB flash you. Hollywood, what are 3 things that you're most excited for?
One, to be back at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
The smells.
For me, there's nothing that beats that atmosphere as a Utah fan. Walking through the campus, getting to the stadium, and being in that environment. It signals my favorite things. Fall is here, hoodie weather, and college football. And so looking forward to being back at Rice-Eccles. 2, another thing that I'm looking forward to this weekend is our defense and special teams getting a touchdown.
Ooh,
That's
you're
why
predicting that?
Yes. That is why you schedule these types of games, is to get every aspect of your game rolling. I think they score on defense. I think they score on special teams. And the third thing that I'm looking forward to.
Do you have any specific predictions on who's scoring, or it's fine if it's just general, if it's just a general feeling, but I'm curious if you think it's a punt or kick return, or
I think it's either a pick 6, but I also could see Fano coming off the edge and getting a sack strip, and someone else picking that thing up and running it to the house. And I hope they run it to the north end zone, because I'm going to have no voice on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. The other thing, speaking of no voice, that I'm looking forward to, the third thing, is the moment of loudness.
Good call. Good call.
It is, for people that have not been to Rice-Eccles Stadium for a University of Utah football game in the last, 5-6 years, is the moment of loudness. Everybody, there's stadiums and football teams that will do a moment of silence and different things like that. And I get chills when I hear Coach Whittingham talk about the family and atmosphere that Rice-Eccles creates in respect of those that wore 22 and that aren't with us anymore. And I love that part of the game, being a part of that. And just, there's not an experience that compares to it in my mind when you talk about sports. So being there back in the stadium, defense and special teams turning up and showing out, and the moment of loudness. So those are the things I'm looking forward to the most.
Great call out on the moment of loudness. Sour Milk Boy has been on their last few since they've started the tradition, but I resubmitted a new picture this year. So be on the lookout for Sour Milk Boy on the 22 forever. I love that.
Dude.
What do you got?
It hits hard when you see him on the screen, man. He's one of the biggest Utah fans ever. He would be eating this up right now. But I think, kind of go along with Hollywood, I just got to be in the stadium. It's such a long off season, so being in the stadium, not to piggyback off that, but
no, I was gonna tell you that, feel free if there's things that we have the same, it's fine.
Yeah. Number 2 is we had some traditions with Cam Rising, right? Bad Moon Rising played every single time. Abby even hinted on Twitter today. They got tricks up their sleeve when it comes to what's going to happen when the offense takes the field. And so Dampier, his nickname's Spider. They call him Spider-Man. And so I'm thinking there's got to be some Spider-Man song. There's a bunch out there to help lead the offense on the field. I've heard of new, walkout tunnel. What?
Are we gonna have Post Malone?
Hey,
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Could happen. a tunnel walkout song. We got the cannon back. So kind of seeing all the new things that are happening. I guess when we score a touchdown, there's going to be some new things happening there too. I could go on and on about what we need to have happen in the
Better
stadium,
bring enough gunpowder.
Seriously.
What are some things that you need to have happen?
I think one, concessions has got to be fixed. It's a nightmare. I know they're trying some new things, but it's a nightmare. We don't have that South End Zone money like DB here, so we don't get free concessions and, people waiting on us. I would say 2 programs is we went away with them. I know we've talked a lot about that, DB, but I don't know why we went away with them. I'd love to be able to have something to hold to.
I was thinking today, why didn't I just, I'm like upset that I don't have a program and a roster. I'm sure our roster was in that UCLA program. Why didn't I just buy the UCLA program and I would have it all year? That's the That's the reason I want the program, is just to have a physical copy of our roster that I can take to every game, And we walked right past it. And I'm like, why can't we sell them? Well, I should have just bought it.
Yeah.
It solved all of our issues. Sorry.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's such easy revenue to put towards NIL. Like, it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
But anyways, the must-have for me to be happy is to escape this game with 0 injuries. Doesn't matter the win. We're going to win. I don't care if it's 17-0 or 17-3. As long as we are healthy going into week 3 and 4, I'm happy.
And I think, it's football, so injuries are going to happen. I have the same must. Just no season-ending injuries is my must for me to be the most happy on Sunday. Is no Whit coming in the post-game conference and saying this guy's done for the season, unfortunately, whatever. I'm okay if there's some guys that get banged up. It's football. It's going to happen. We can't be scared of it, but just no season-ending injuries. So I like that pick.
Yeah.
Same one that I have for my must. Yep. Hollywood, what do you got for your must? The one thing that must happen for you to be happy on Sunday?
I'm going to agree with you that we get no injuries. I think we had enough the last 2 seasons to last for the next decade. So we got it out of the way. Let's just go into week 3 with everyone healthy and ready to go. And I must see Dampier slide, get out of bounds, avoid contact, because Cal Poly you're going to play a team that wants to make a name, make a statement, whatever. They're going to lose this game. Not that I'm saying that Cal Poly's guys want to go out and injure our quarterback.
Just give them all the bulletin board material, why don't you?
Golly. Just stay safe, stay healthy.
Let's just tag Cal Poly. Might as well do that. Yeah. I do have another thing I want to add.
Please.
My, oh my. I'm actually really excited to see the sidelines when the second, third stringers are in. I want to see who, kind of like you said, leading the tunnel. I want to see those leaders on the sidelines. Is Dampier pumping up the backup quarterback, backup running backs? How's the O-line doing with the backups in? Really excited for that.
I love that. I was
going to say, DB brings his binocs. I think I might have to follow him and bring some binocs and keep an eye on the sidelines.
I mean, it's a no-brainer if you're a fan. I want to see I want to see whoever they bring first off the bench for Dampier, whether that's Isaac or Bird. I want to see them like second quarter. Maybe a possession or 2 to go in the second quarter. Not like a 30-second take a knee and go to the locker room. I would like to either see like at least a 2-minute drill, but preferably like a 4-minute drill or longer with our backups by the second quarter. That's what I want.
So let me ask you this. What happens first? Dampier 2 passing touchdowns or 2 rushing touchdowns first?
I'm going to go passing. Early in the game, passing.
I agree. I hope the coaches tell Dampier no running. You can only throw. I know they won't, but I would like them to say you can only pass the ball this game. What about you? Where's your money on that?
I just think if it's first, second, third down and goal to go, he's just going to beat you with his legs. Like, that's going to be the easy thing. So if they get down there, they're in the red zone, I think he is more likely to run it in than to toss the ball. So if it was a bet and I had to make a bet, I would probably say, and it'd be interesting to see what the odds were, 2 touchdowns passing versus rushing, but I'd put my money on rushing.
All right, fair enough. I personally would might bet Nikari Rogers touchdowns. I think we might just get down there close and they put in that jumbo package and just let him pound it. And I think Wayshawn's going to get his throughout the season, and they know that. But this is a good game for a little touchdown stat padding for our boy Knack.
I love it. I really hope Hollywood's predictions right. To end the pick six streak, I mean, to add on to it, so it's like over. Game 2 would be so relieving. I mean, we ended up with 3 last year somehow, but it was the second to last game that we ended up getting it.
Second to last, and then the last. So I think we finished with. No, we had 2 in the last. So we finished with 3 last year.
Yeah. Let's
Also,
get it
the
done.
return of Sac Lake City. We didn't see a whole lot the last 2 years. First game out the gate, you've got the defensive ends in line that we have. I think I just cannot wait. I'm so pumped.
I think with the Sac Lake City competition this year, of who's going to be the mayor and lead in sacks, I don't think anyone's going to run away with it. I think it's going to be a fun competition all year to see who ends up on top with the most sacks. I think there's like 3 or 4 guys that are really going to be like right there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I agree with you on that. It's going to be fun to watch. Anything else you guys want to add for the game? I mean, I'm not trying to break down Cal Poly film.
Yes, I've got one. So I know we're tailgate, so food is a big deal. What's your go-to? I know it's a little bit different for you, DB, being in the south end zone, but itty bitty, when you're at the game and that second craving hits and the tailgate food is kind of gone through you and you're hungry, what's your go-to food of choice at Rice Eccles Stadium?
Yeah, dude, funny you brought this up. And I know you have a history of this too, Hollywood, but if I could hold off till the end of the game to get the pie. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I'm in off-season mode still. If we could get the pie pickup on the way home, ideal, especially like a 4 p.m. kickoff. We're done around 7. It's kind of perfect. So I'll probably hold off this week. But if it's in game and I got to eat, I try to get J-Dogs, do the mobile pickup, send the wife. She picks up J-Dogs. It's a nice hit during the game.
Yeah, I don't know, DB, if you know this, that's been a family tradition of ours that when Utah's playing and we're up at Rice, it doesn't matter if it's an early game or a late game. We will call ahead to the pie, order the biggest cheese pizza that they've got, and then we eat that on the way home. And nothing hits better for food than the pie cheese pizza after a Utah win.
I disagree full-heartedly with that, but I respect. I am a man that loves tradition, and so I do respect it, and I understand how it could hit different for you. I like the pie for the environment. I would never take the pie out and eat it. And I'm anti-cheese pizza guy, so I'd be upset with that.
Yeah, there's nothing like burning the shit out of your tongue on the way home on I-15. And then your taste buds kind of come back the next week.
Can I ask you, Hollywood, why don't you just get a pepperoni pizza and take the pepperonis off if you want cheese?
Oh, we'll switch it up. I just my kids like cheese. And ever since I started watching Portnoy's pizza reviews, anytime I go to a new city, like I've found some pretty good pizza joints in the territory that I have for work, the different places that I travel. And I've found myself getting cheese pizza wherever I go. And so that's been kind of where my taste buds
Do people get confused when you order cheese pizza when you're traveling for work and you aren't with a kid?
No, they just look at me creepy, and I'm used to it by now.
Okay, fair enough. Well, can I answer in game, or since I sit in the South, I can't answer that question?
No.
Okay.
By all means.
I can? Okay. I don't know if you know this, Hollywood. I know Itty Bitty does, but starting this year in the South, unlimited concessions. I'm going
inside and outside.
What do you mean?
Or just in the Garf zone?
No, like
the whole South.
So we have where I sit is up. I sit up in the terrace. No, that's for the poor people. The pie's for the poor people. You have to be behind. You have to have a wristband, right? And I sit up with the terrace top, so we have the 2 concession stands on each side. It's unlimited, all you can eat, whatever you want. Drinks, everything. Usually it's drinks, but now they're doing the food too. And my go-to has always been, the chicken fingers up there are incredible. Incredible. I might try something new this year since I'm not paying for it. Well, I've already paid for it. But I plan on getting like 12 chicken tender baskets with fries on Saturday and just drowning I want to walk out of that stadium feeling like I have a third leg that's 50% chicken tender. Like that's what I want. I want
mean,
to
you
be
already,
blood type chicken tender.
you already have a third leg, so
The
No, it's not
DB is going to stand for diabetes by the end of
It-
the season.
It might, but I'll be happy if that's the way that God intends I go. Let's talk. We got to move this along just a little bit. Itty bitty. I want to talk about the tailgate. We've already broke it down with Hollywood. He's not going to be able to make it. We understand priorities. It's all good. But I want to talk a little bit about the tailgate, where it is. First off, I'll address that. We tailgate in the same spot for the last 25 years. It's been in the exact same spot for 25 years. The issue with the spot is we never know exactly if it's going to be the same spot until the first game of the year. So, to our listeners that might be interested, we tailgate in the parking lot that is just west of the Fine Arts Museum. And there's a big grass field. We're on top of the grass field. That's where we are for the last 25 years. Now, we won't know until we show up on Saturday if that's going to be available or not, but that's where we should be. If it's not, we'll have to just adjust from there. But what time on Saturday, itty bitty, should we be finding out our fate?
I believe we're going to be up there at 7 a.m. So that means I'm picking you up about 6:15, and we will bright and early.
Yeah, what time's your Little League game, Hollywood?
9:30.
Oh,
Out
plenty
in
of time.
Bingham.
Plenty of time to come up and say hi with
Yeah.
with your little man.
Plus-
Yeah, and I don't want to overpromise, but there is a chance that I'll be up there.
Come bring him
Yeah.
in up and get some breakfast.
And you know what they
Um,
say, right? It's the early worm that gets the bird.
Yeah,
Wait,
they always say that.
it's your bowl. Wait, hold on. The worm gets the bird.
I don't want to toot
You
on
can
your
get
parade.
a good look at a T-bone
Yeah.
by sticking your
Yeah.
head up a butcher's ass.
That's right.
It's got to be your bowl.
Then the bird. Yeah, okay.
So a lot of people ask me, what the hell do you do at tailgates? We're showing up at 7 a.m. The game starts at 4 p.m. I'm not a mathematician, but that's 9 hours. See how quick that is? Maybe I'm a mathematician.
2 + 2 = 6, baby.
What are you going to do for 9 hours? Well, here's the thing. It's going to take 30 plus minutes to set up. So that gets us to 7:30. We could even probably round up if we're chit-chatting. Just say 8, just for the fun of it. Also, on the back end, every game, we're going to be heading into the stadium every time an hour early. So that puts us at 3 p.m. instead of 4. And usually on the first game of the year, we actually end up like going in like an hour and a half early. So it's like 2:30. So we're already 8 to 2:30. That's only 6.5 hours to do what, itty bitty?
To do whatever the hell we want. Typically, we start off with breakfast. Banging breakfast. We got the Blackstone up there. DB cooks some mean eggs and bacon. So he's probably manning the grill. And then we got the TV set up. We usually have game day on. And then that 10 o'clock comes fast. And all of a sudden, we got games on. But, of course, cornhole is our love. And our 92% win record is still on par. I mean, I don't see us dropping below 92% ever. But, yeah, I mean, your dad, for an example, DB, he always brings something like a sampler. And so he's, grilling something and handing out samples the whole tailgate. We have people stopping by. We occasionally go to the other tailgates and say hi, or the bookstore or something, but
There's plenty
we
to
do
do.
whatever. Yeah.
And even if there wasn't, at the end of the day, we're not being nagged by our wives, and we're not being yelled at by our kids, and we're chopping it up with the boys. We're talking about whatever game's on and the bets that we have and what we're excited about in the Utah game, what we loved last week. We talk about it all. And you're just chopping it up with the boys for 6 hours or whatever I got down to there. And nothing beats it. And every man and woman, really, but every man for sure can benefit for just time with the boys. So
Yep.
if you're a wife that's listening to this, let your man be at the tailgate and be
Yeah.
with the boys and have one day. Go ahead, Hollywood.
Yep.
Two things that I'll say to that. Tailgating was podcasting before podcasting became. That's where you got together, you chopped it up, your favorite topics, and you just sat around and hung out, right? That was the original podcast. The second thing is, I don't think there is a better all-around just class human being than your father. He's great to hang out with. He's
Very
always
true.
trying to do things for do things for other people. So as you come and join us throughout this season, just pay tribute to the man, to the legend that is DB Cooper's father. And
He's a
that'll
legend.
be worth the visit on its own.
Yep.
That
Just call him
dude,
Big Swan.
yeah, that dude will walk by and you'll just say hi to him, and all of a sudden he's your best friend. Never talk to you in your life, and he'll make you feel so welcome. He's a legend. He's like a second father.
Unless he has intestinal gas issues on that day, then it's always up in the air. But Big Swan is a good guy.
DB taught me this best, but it's 6 Saturdays a year. So I know for the wives, or, everybody's got a lot of things going on, including us, but it's 6 Saturdays, and we know the schedule months in advance. And so we're able to prep and let our spouses know, like, hey, these 6 Saturdays, these are our Tailgate Saturdays. And I know it's a lot, but it's only 6 days.
6 days. 6 days. And depending on kickoff times, you don't even get a full day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. I also wanted to say, any of our listeners, our tailgate always has been and always will be an open invitation. Anybody, any Utah fan or even visiting fan, if you're not a dick, is welcome always to our tailgate. That's always been the case. It always will be the case. We just kind of tell everyone the same thing. We have generally plenty of chairs up there. If you can bring one, that would be great, but we generally have more than enough. We have a grill to cook anything you want to grill up. Just bring maybe some drinks if you just want to drink for yourself. That's great. Generally don't have a ton of extras on those, and bring whatever meat you want to grill, and then come up and just relax. Take a load off, put your phone down, get off social media, get away from all the stresses of life, and just have a day with the boys. It's important. Every guy needs a little break. So, and girl. And if you want to bring your kids, bring your kids. We love to have kids there too. Just, we trust that you'll be respectful, and we're all fathers, so we understand how kids are. But.
Yeah. In fact, I might be bringing my kid around lunchtime. My daughter does play in a soccer game at 10, so I'm probably going to leave around 9:30, catch the soccer game, and bring her back with me. It's a perfect game for Cal Poly, introduce a little tailgating, and be with her for a couple hours before the game. So.
Good call. Good call. I think you're crazy for signing up for fall soccer on Saturdays, but good call.
We're on the waiting list, dude, on that Tuesday league. Never got on it. It's a shame.
Skip it. That's what we're doing. Bets this week. How do we want to go about discussing these?
Maybe we talk about Jag first, and then run into bets or round up like we have done.
Yeah, let's do Jag.
Is there like could this be people of the past, like don't even play anymore?
It could be. It could be anything. It could be people. It could be whatever you've experienced this week. That was something that was average to you, whether that's an athlete or somebody's story or something you experienced, an inanimate object or a person, doesn't matter. It can be anything you want for your Jag of the week, something that is very average but gets some hype and love. That's the parameter.
Okay, I can start us off.
Go ahead.
I'll probably pay more attention in my everyday life when it comes to this stuff now. But I have a former athlete that perfectly fits the mold. Unfortunately, he played at the University of Utah, and it's a different sport. I think you know what I'm talking about, but it is our boy Riley Batten.
Oh man, what a name! What a name from the past. Do you want to explain? Dude,
yeah, just like we talked about Jag a couple episodes ago. Just the guy, Steve Smith, invented that. He in California set every single record when it came to scoring, and Coach K brought him in, and he was like the guy. Had all this hype about him. He plays defense. He can shoot outside. He get to the rim. In freshman year was kind of like, okay, we'll see where this goes. But his next 2 years, I mean, that dude couldn't throw it in the ocean if he was standing next to it. And I wanted him to succeed. Wasn't cheering. I'd never cheer against him. There's few Utes I hate. I don't know if I hate anybody unless they say I'm a Utah man for life and transfer to the rival school. But yeah, he was the ultimate Jag for our basketball team.
Yeah, it's a good call out. Riley Batten, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on and interview you. Good call out on the Jag. Do you want to add anything on top of that, Hollywood?
Yeah. Sometimes in life we get influenced by outside forces, social media, media in general. And I feel like we got hyped into thinking that this man was a potential Heisman favorite. Even some circles had this guy. Turns out when he goes up against the Ohio State defense, he couldn't be more of just a guy than Arch Manning.
Oh my gosh! Already,
I don't know
after
if
one
it's
game in the shoe.
Wow.
I don't know if it's the fact that I picked him as my Heisman, but I could not have been more disappointed. And you can tell, but he just was a guy. He wasn't anything special. So my Jag of this week, Arch Manning, and I hope he turns it around. But for now, he's just a guy in my book.
Crazy.
That's an intense book or an intense pick. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I don't hate it.
The way you teased it up, and it was like against Ohio State defense, I was like, is he going to talk about Cam Rising? Or someone from that Rose Bowl? I was scared for a sec.
Disrespect the beautiful Cam Rising like that.
He's so hot.
Bad Moon Rising. I love that song.
Love that dude.
No, it's a good pick on Arch. I opened it to suggestions with some of our listeners that I know don't listen for their picks of the Jag of the week, and Coach John Groot.
Sorry, we're doing a fantasy football draft. I just got Jamar Chase, number 1 overall. Go ahead.
The day before it starts?
It's my family's fantasy league. It's always last minute. It's never. Yeah, start over. Sorry.
Let's reschedule. Let's reschedule this.
Let's just finish this another day.
Shut the hell up. Get going. And action.
Before I was rudely interrupted, I like your pick for Arch on Jag. I'm not there yet to say I agree, but I opened this question up to some of our listeners for Jag of the week, and Coach John Groot on Twitter or X, whatever you want to say, also suggested Arch Manning. He didn't give it any reasoning at all, but he's also in the Arch Manning Jag of the week.
There's no reason needed.
Okay, all right. Well, you gave one, so glad you went above and beyond, Hollywood. I don't like my pick, and it breaks my heart to even suggest this. I hope I get proven wrong. And I just had to put it on Jag of the week just today. News broke. One of the greatest things of all time that did live up to the hype. It's lived up to the hype for a very long time. Sunday, NFL Red Zone getting commercials makes Sunday NFL Red Zone the Jag of the week. The Red Zone's now just a guy. It's just a guy. It was my selling point to everyone after I would tell them how nice the viewing experience is and how you really don't miss out on many plays throughout all of Sunday. Like you see all the plays pretty much, not just all the touchdowns. You see all the important plays. There's no better viewing experience for the NFL. And then I would always cap it off with saying, and there's no commercials. So it's just football all day. You don't have to hear Timu or Whopper, Chicken Whopper. You don't hear any of that shit. There's no commercials. Now last year, they started doing the banner commercials where it would go into like a mini picture of the broadcast, and then the big commercial would pop up, and that bothered me at the time. But now I think they're doing like full cutaway commercials, and that makes Sunday NFL Red Zone the Jag of the week.
So do you still have to pay for it?
Oh yeah,
however you want to get it. Yeah, I mean I'm on YouTube TV, so it's like a $10 thing on YouTube TV to get the package.
So this is my problem with that. The whole point of not having commercials is you pay for the access to it. That's what you pay for. And pay-per-views are the same way now. You used to pay for pay-per-views and all you would get is insights in between the fights, matches, whatever it was. Now you get commercials. And so why am I paying for something when there's advertisers that are making money and the promoters are making money off of advertisers? It's the dumbest thing in the world.
It's lame, dude. We're getting drowned to death in commercials and advertisements as a society.
I mean, we can't even say first down in the Utah Stadium without a commercial.
Yeah. Granted, Ivory Homes is a big donor.
Yeah, love you. Love you, Ivory.
Happy to say Ivory. The one other suggestion that the one other submission that I got was from the Nudson on Twitter. He's putting the McDonald's chicken sandwich on as his jag of the week. Let me get to, he had a reasoning for it. I thought it was pretty funny. So the normal chicken sandwich at McDonald's is the jag of the week. He was starving this last week, had to go get a chicken sandwich, and it was literally the most bland and average chicken sandwich he's ever had in his life, he says. Especially because he thought he was getting the hot and spicy chicken sandwich, but he just got the regular chicken sandwich. I don't know if they screwed up or if it was his screw up, but he got the regular chicken sandwich, not the hot and spicy chicken sandwich at McDonald's. And he's putting the regular chicken sandwich as his jag of the week. I thought that was a good submission.
I can see how that sucks because I've gotten the spicy nuggets at like Wendy's before, and they gave me the regular nuggets.
Oh,
and it's disappointing.
Yeah,
it's very disappointing. So I can see, I can see how that could ruin your day.
Yeah. As jags do, they ruin our days.
They ruin our days.
I want to open it up to the listeners. We're gonna do Jag of the Week every week. Feel free to submit your Jag of the Week. You can add us on Twitter. You can DM us. However you can comment on our YouTube videos. However you want to submit your Jag of the Week. Just put my Jag of the Week, what it is, and if you want to give as long or as little of a reasoning as you want, go ahead and do that, and we'll pick out our favorites each week. Anything you two want to add?
I love it. We'll get merch going eventually.
Yeah. Talking about maybe Jag of the Week jackets.
Members only jackets. I like it.
Jackets of the week.
All right. Let's wrap up with bets. Then I got to get going.
Jeez.
Obviously, we want to talk about Utah first. There's no line out. So by the time you listen to this, there might be one. Or by kickoff, we might be really off. I'm setting the line at 45.5. So Utah minus 45.5. Cal Poly plus 45.5. Do you guys like either side of that or anything else in the Utah game?
Yeah, maybe we see who can get closest to what the opening line will be.
Ooh, I would reevaluate my prediction on the opening line if we're going to do that. But
I'm going to say 48.5. And I would take the over. I think Utah covers that.
I'll go 49.5.
Okay, I'll go
Why not?
47.5.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I'll go 47.5. And we're all taking Utah minus the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are we putting on that? We're putting what? Double or nothing? Okay, perfect. And it's Price is Right rules, right? If it's below and if it's above and if it's right
Can't
on.
go over.
Okay. What do you mean you can't go over?
That's the deal.
Oh,
Price
then I'm
is Right.
then I'm
over.
sorry. I'm resubmitting. I'm doing a point. 1 point.
You're going
Utah
1 point.
minus a point.
All right.
That's right. There's the Price is Right. Okay, cool. Great. We're all taking
Oregon
Utah minus
is a
points.
30-point. You don't think that Utah will have more points against them than Oregon versus Oklahoma State?
I don't know. If we were really putting money on it, I would really put some time in. I'm actually like when I try to do it, I'm decent at getting it right.
I think 48.5 is the number. I really do.
I like that.
Texas Tech versus Kent State is 48.5.
Okay. Well, we can go over your wild cards in a minute. What about BYU minus 18.5 with Stanford at home? Sorry. BYU's at home minus 18.5 versus Stanford.
I think BYU covers. I think Stanford is horrific.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like that in a teaser bet to tease that number down because I think I don't think BYU has a problem with that. In fact, I might take a rivalry, let's call it a rivalry parlay of the week, and just tag team BYU and Utah to cover whatever the spread is.
Okay, but not Utah State. I guess that would be more the Beehive parlay of the week. Yeah. I like that. I am actually on Stanford. I'm on Stanford. I think a couple things in their favor. They've had 2 weeks. They didn't play last week, so they've had 2 weeks to think about that Hawaii game. BYU's also had 2 weeks to think of that Hawaii game and what they saw. I think 18.5 is a lot. I think BYU probably wins and handles business, and it's never really a doubt, but 18.5 is a lot of points. I trust that Andrew Luck and crew are going to run the ball, take up large chunks of time. I think they'll be ready to go, maybe a little bit more excited than playing at Hawaii, maybe a little less distracted than playing at Hawaii. Maybe a little bit of an embarrassment for losing to Hawaii. So I like Stanford plus the points.
Do you want to go straight up you and I on a little side bet there?
Yeah, if you can stay within my budget. I'm not trying to
You set the
40x our
limit.
budget.
You set the limit. I'll take BYU to cover.
Well, you just want to do 20? Okay. All right.
Heard it here. 20 units.
No,
20 units.
$20. Then we got Utah State at Texas A&M. Utah State is 31.5-point underdogs. I'll go ahead and lead us off with that. I like Utah State here. I like Bronco. I think Bronco's going to do exactly what I kind of think Andrew Luck's going to lead the boys to. I don't even know if, by the way, sorry, real quickly, I don't know. I don't think Andrew Luck, I think he's like the GM, but in my mind, he's pretty much the coach. So that's why I talk about him as if he's leading the team and like a coach would. In my mind, he is.
Yeah, there's videos of him running the show at practice pretty much.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I digress. Back to Utah State, our beloved Aggies. I think they keep this close. They might even Bronco might get to the fourth quarter and have a lead.
Hey, if App State can do it, I think the Aggies can do it. I'm with you. I'm taking the Aggies in the points.
Battle of the Aggies. That doesn't help that Texas A&M is also the
That's
Aggies.
true.
So maybe clarify.
Or Phil, Utah State. I'm milking that cow all day.
I love it. Hollywood, what do you got?
Hey, no one would be happier if Utah State comes out of there with a win, because that puts us 3 wins away from the overall over-under cover of 4.5. It's tough. Home of the 12th man.
They're not going to be the 12th man this week, though. You know that. They're not getting hyped up. It's not like they have Texas coming in.
No, but I'm going to probably defer to you because you are undefeated in your picks. I was going over our picks for week 0 and week 1. You're the only one of us that has been unblemished in your official picks. And so I want to lean into Utah State covering. I don't see it.
That's fair.
And so I'm going to opt to take Texas A&M to cover.
That's fair. And I hand up, I might be a little bit Bronco blinded right now. I just love that Broncos up there. I love it so much. I would hope that they make the playoffs this year. I think that would be so fun.
Yeah, I do too. And we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think Utah fans give Bronco his due respect. It still baffles me the amount of disrespect BYU fans give a guy that did nothing but give them win season after win season and then sent him packing. And so I want him to do great. I want him to turn that program around and be.
Bronco is to BYU what Bo Pelini was to Nebraska. Bo Pelini averaged 10 wins a season, but Nebraska was like, oh, we're not winning national champions because it's not the 90s anymore. This is like the early 2010s, but they were winning 10. He averaged 10 wins a season at Nebraska over a nice period of time, and they made some conference championship games. They were like right there, and their fans wanted him out because he wasn't winning national champions like they were in the 90s. And now, they've gone through like 5 coaches since him that have been way worse. Broncos the same way. He averaged 10 wins a season, was always on the cusp, always winning more than he should have, given his circumstances, and just doesn't get the love.
I will add the line last week with A&M and the Roadrunners was 23.5 points, and the Roadrunners covered. They lost by 18. So,
hey, what do we say? Good teams win. Great teams cover.
That almost makes me more nervous for our Utah Staters, to be honest with you. Maybe they got their close game out of the way, but maybe I'm wrong. We have something blown up.
Yeah. The 7-layer slayer.
Next up, we got Iowa at Iowa State. It's Iowa State minus 3.5 points in the rivalry game, the Cy-Hawk game.
Iowa State. I think the Cyclones are good, dude.
I do too.
I think they're a top 3 team in the Big 12. I think, I'll take them, especially at home.
Do you remember how they won that game last year?
No.
It was at Iowa, and I don't know the specific details. I can't remember. I think we might have had a home game during that same time, but they won in dramatic fashion, crazy comeback under 2 minutes type thing on a game-winning field goal. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I am with you. I like Iowa State too. At home, yeah. I think they're a pretty good team. I like Rocco. I know Iowa State's quarterback. I don't even know Iowa's quarterback.
I think it's close for sure, but I think you cover, win by a touchdown.
Sure.
Is what I'm going with.
Maybe a late touchdown. I like that.
Yeah.
Then we got the game of the week. Michigan 5-point underdogs at Oklahoma.
I'm taking Oklahoma. I can't stand Michigan. They're cheaters, and I could never pick them. So that's a heart bet, but yeah, I'm going with Oklahoma.
Heart bets scare me, but as long as you can name it, you can tame it. I like Oklahoma too. It should still be Bryce Underwood at Michigan, their freshman quarterback. I think that's it's kind of not as tough as Ohio Stadium, like Arch Manning last week, but it's up there for, one of the tougher stadiums to play at. Freshman, first real big start. The Lobos of New Mexico, speaking of Bronco, the Lobos of New Mexico kind of kept that game close in the big house last week. I'll take Oklahoma minus the points. I think they have a better defense, and I like their quarterback with his experience more.
Yeah, love that.
Hollywood, we got Michigan 5-point underdogs at Oklahoma. Do you like any side of that?
That's going to be a good game. I'll take Michigan to cover. I think they keep it close. 5.5. That's a lot in a matchup like that. So I'll take Michigan to cover the 5.5.
Fair. We also covered Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State is 3.5-point favorites as the home team.
What do they call this? The Cyhawk rivalry?
Cyhawk. Yep.
Iowa State's had their number as of lately, haven't they?
Kind of on a roll. Yeah, Matt Campbell's kind of on a roll against Iowa. They won in dramatic fashion last year. Kind of a comeback win.
Yeah, and they're
probably
home.
should have lost.
I'm gonna go with Cyclones.
Okay, fair enough. We'll wrap it up with our any wild card picks that you guys want to pick. I want to make something very clear here. What I'm giving out right now are not my official picks yet. I will tweet out my official picks, and I'll make sure that we have receipts on my official picks by at least Friday. I think I'll have them in by Thursday, but I don't want to mislead too much. I do have some leans for my wild card. I'm leaning two ways right now. I'm leaning Duke +3. I can't even remember who they're playing off the top of my head, but I like Duke +3 again as a lean. Also, Kentucky +5.5 first half against Ole Miss. So I think that game goes into halftime with either Kentucky having the lead or losing by less than 5 points. So those are my leans. Those are not official picks yet. I'm not officially picking yet. I will have my official picks out via a tweet so that we know it's official at some point. But those are my leans. What do you guys got for wild cards? We'll wrap it up and head on it.
Yeah, I like the Kansas-Missouri game. Missouri's a 6.5 favorite at home. I think Kansas is rolling. This will be their third game of the season. I like them to go into Missouri and cover that spread. I'm not taking them straight up on the money line, but I like them to cover the 6.5.
Itty bitty.
A little bit of a big spread, but I'm going to take Wisconsin at home. They're playing Middle Tennessee. They're only favored by 27.5 points. I think that's going to be like a 35-3 final. Middle Tennessee's not good, and I think Wisconsin's going to be all right this year. So I'm going to take the 4-touchdown spread with Wisconsin.
I think Wisconsin was on the ropes last week to a no-namer. So again, that might be like the A&M
Yeah.
Aggies. They got the close one out of the way.
Very true.
And I could be wrong on that, but
You are right. It was Miami, Ohio, and I don't know what the spread was, but it was a 17-0 final. But I think it's another shutout.
Ooh, yeah, another shutout would be helpful. Back-to-back shutouts to start the season would be nice. All right, well, that's all I got, gentlemen. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'll take one more. Cincy in a bounce back against Bowling Green to cover 21.5.
Cincy in a bounce back against Bowling Green. Cool. Anything you want to add on top of your reasonings? Or no?
I just think I think they made it a close game. They should have fought harder. The turnovers kind of torched them on their first game, so I think they button it up against Bowling Green and come out and cover big.
That's the type of like detail and insight that like a Tony Dungy on ESPN or the CBS broadcast could never give. They just need to fight harder.
I do want to say a game I'm very intrigued with.
Okay.
I'll probably not bet, but it's South Florida at Florida, and it's a 17.5-point favorite to Florida. Curious to see how South Florida really is. They kicked the living crap out of Boise. So going to see how they do up in Gainesville is pretty intriguing to me. And
I like
Ford,
that.
obviously, they got to have a big year. This is a must win for them. But yeah,
I'll
I
take
think
the
it's gonna be a
Gators.
fun
I'll
game.
take the Gators in that. I like that one. I like that
Yeah.
one. It's very intriguing. I'm going to take the Gators in that. -17, you said, or 16.5?
Minus 17.5 to the Gators.
Yeah, put the Gators on my card. Also put on my card UCLA -2.5. Gets UNLV. I think Nico gets a bounce back.
Watch him win.
And UNLV's not good. Like I've
Yeah.
watched UNLV 2 games in a row. I have not thought for one bit they're living up to Dan Mullen's standards. This might be the game that they've been saving up for. But
Yeah. Bruins are
Nico.
going to be pissed too.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Well, that was fun. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the podcast. Also, remember you're invited to all of our tailgates, any of our tailgates, whenever you want.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Sweet. That's a wrap.
That's it for this episode of Tailgate Talk, hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, produced by Hollywood. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your tailgate crew. Join us next time for more sports talk, food, and fun. Until next time, keep the grill hot and the stories hotter.